The other main way of adding a reference is using the manual entry, which, as the name suggests, is you adding and typing in the information yourself. This is because there are still many references out there that aren't available for download through a search tool such as a database. Websites is a prime example. So to add a new reference, you can either use the new reference icon, which we can just see here. You can also access it through the References menu under New Reference. This will bring up a new window where you can add the relevant information for your reference. The first thing to do is to tell EndNote what type of reference it is, because that then helps when it comes to creating the in-text reference and the reference list in Word. As you can see, they're arranged alphabetically and there's a wide range to select from. I'm just going to go with journal article, but websites are a common one that you need to manually add. The different reference types will have different fields available to you. If you accidentally start typing your information in the wrong reference type, you can switch between them, but just double check the information has been added to the correct field. Most of this is fairly self-evident. You don't need to fill in all of these fields, just enough to create a reference. So you do need some familiarity with referencing. However, authors should always be entered with last name first, followed by the full first name if available. Initials are okay, but EndNote can see just initials as the same author when they are in fact different authors. For example, Harris J might be in your library Harris John and Harris Judy, but EndNote will see them as the same author. So if you can put the full name in, it is advisable. If you do need to use initials, be standard about how you use your full stops. Use them all the time or don't use them all the time. Don't chop and change. If you have more than one author, you need to enter them on separate lines. Also, if you have a group author, which is something like a company name, an institution, government department, you need to ensure that it has a comma at the end of it. If you don't include that comma, EndNote will try and treat it like a person's name. For example, the University of Queensland might come out as the, comma, UOQ instead of the University of Queensland. Websites in particular make a lot of use of group authors. Then you can just fill in the fields as needed. Title information can have different capitalisation for different referencing styles. So go with the capitalisation required where possible. When you're entering volume and issue and page numbers, you don't need to include any kind of label. The style will deal with that for you. So that sort of information is included in the style. So you can just add the numbers as required. Some useful fields are things like keywords, the abstract. The notes and the research notes can contain quite a large amount of text. So these can be things that are more relevant to your information. The URL for the web address, you can add file attachments, etc. Once you have finished, just click on Save and then close the window. That reference is now added to your library. So that's how you can manually enter a reference into your library if you can't download it from another source.